A lovely day, despite the circumstances, no?
Hey everyone, hello and welcome, Tony Bing here. For this test centre preview video, I'm happy to say I'll be having a look at Beast. Now, with no pun intended, he's just come out of the blue onto test centre. A load of developers had hinted he would be coming soon. I don't think any of us expected it would be as soon as this, so this is great. Now, I've had a look through some of his skills and they look really good for day 1 TC, so I'm looking forward to this. So the first tree we start off with, it's all these kind of more gadgety style skills, then we follow up with his brawling skills, and then finally we'll have a look at these talents as well. So as I say, let's look at the gadget side of things first. So what we'll do with this video here is we'll quickly run over all the tooltips, and once that's done I'll then show off the skills and then I'll move on to the next tree. But this first tree, it's the brains tree. The first skill we look at is grappling hook slam. So we can see this is doing physical damage, it's a stun, you have 50% damage resistance while it's active, and it costs 50% of your momentum. You can see that just down there. You do have to build that, hence why it's 0 at the moment. That's that skill there, that's grappling hook slam. And then we follow up with barrier gadget. So this applies unbreakable to yourself and all nearby allies. It has a 100% projectile reflect chance, duration 5 seconds, cooldown 10 seconds. Now this synergizes with this particular skill here, so this is quite interesting. You'll notice it says when barrier gadget is hit by electro catalyst, you get a big damage packet there, and you also get the buff effect of unbreakable as well. The damage is absorbed. But next up we have another skill which synergizes with the electro catalyst. It's deploy gas drone. So with this, it's slow, weaken, area duration of 10 seconds, cooldown of 10 seconds, and if you hit this by electro blast, it creates a static cloud of energy damage. So Beast will be a hybrid hero there. He's got physical and energy so far. And here is the electro catalyst we've mentioned a little bit already. So on its own, 4-second cooldown, 1.5 second stun, and also it does 100% damage versus robots. But the next skill we have, which kind of combines with this, is the deploy taser drone. So it's shock energy damage, the duration 10 seconds, cooldown 10 seconds again, and when we hit this by electro catalyst, it increases the attack speed of it by 100%. And then the final skill that interacts with electro catalyst is deploy adhesive drone. So this is vulnerability, 4 seconds, immobilized duration 4 seconds, and a cooldown of 10. And with this, when you hit it by electro catalyst, it will do a chemical fire physical dot there for 8 seconds. So the final skill we look at, it's grappling hook swing. So all the tags, quite a few. It's got melee, area, movement, channeled, and also brain, which is interesting there. So it will work out as a physical damage dot, and this also generates momentum. So we'll actually use this just before we can show off and use this skill here. But talking of skills, let's show them off, because this is what this is all about here. So move a little bit closer. We'll start off with the first one, which is grappling hook swing, and this will gain momentum for us. There we go, that looks nice. Now that we have momentum, we will, there we go, very quickly use grappling hook slam there. So I'll do that once more to show it off. Very nice. It certainly does jump very high. I don't think any other characters can get to that height. Now what we'll do next is we'll go through each of these skills that interact with electro catalyst and show them off. So the first one we have is deploy gas drone. Looks really nice, the animation there. You could see the big area of effect damage as well there when we hit that with the electro catalyst. Next up we'll go for the deploy adhesive drone. Same idea, we'll now hit this. Oh, too slow there, let's wait till it comes on one more time and then we'll hit it with the electro catalyst. There we go, we can see the kind of chemical burn it mentioned. Next up we have deploy taser drone. And I pressed the wrong button, but that's not a bad thing. It got to show everything off for a second there, if maybe spoiling the next skill. But you could see that interact there. I'll do it one more time. I'll do deploy taser drone and then electro catalyst. There we go, you can see the dot speeding up on it. I've slightly spoiled this skill, but the animation didn't last the full time because I used electro catalyst on it. But we've got barrier gadget as the last one we'll look at in this particular tree here. So let's fire this off. There we go, that looks absolutely amazing. What I'll do, I'll fire it off one more time and then I'll use electro catalyst on it as well. And that's us. So far really not bad. The skills do look really nice in that tree. It's interesting how you have the various skills all kind of synergising with electro catalyst, so it'll be interesting to see what you can come up with. But the next tree we'll be looking at, it will be the Brawn tree. Now with this tree not surprisingly being called Brawn, this is really all about his melee powers. The first one we look at is Bestial Swipe, and that's a basic melee attack, so it's physical damage, and if you have momentum the attack speed on this goes up, duration for 4 seconds. We then have Agile Tumble, which is his roll, and this will restore momentum. It has the usual 3 charges, 4-second cooldown, and following on from it there is Feral Flare. So this is physical damage dot, vulnerability for 6 seconds, and it also generates momentum as well for you. It's got a maximum channel time of 3.2 seconds and cooldown of 6. And then we have Bestial Beatdown, which is a melee attack here, and this will do 6 hits. It's essentially a barrage attack, and it also says that it reduces the power cooldown of bronze skills by 2 seconds. The cooldown on this particular skill is 10 seconds. And then we have Savage Somersault. So this is a melee movement bleeding skill. It's physical damage, it does a stun, it's got a really low cooldown of 3 seconds, and if you're above 50% momentum you get the dot on it as well there for 6 seconds. And then we have Frenzied Lunge, so another melee movement skill here. Physical damage, this one has charges, a maximum of 4, 5-second cooldown, and activating Frenzied Lunge 4 times within 5 seconds enters you into a bestial frenzy, restoring 100% momentum and enhancing your abilities. And I've seen that one, the animation looks good, it goes kind of all red and it does look really nice. But the buff effect is Bestial Frenzy, its damage bonus 10% and critical hit chance of a rather nice 10% as well for 8 seconds overall there. And then we have Flying Ferocity, so this is another melee skill not surprisingly. Physical damage, 4 hits, it's also your weaken and you're invulnerable while you actually use this. This is similar to, if the name's still the same, Deadpool's cutting room floor, where he zooms all about, and also the skill in Angela, I can't remember the name of, where she sips about and she's invulnerable. Quite a few heroes have this. But we're finally on to the last skill, and this is a signature, Unleash the Beast, and it looks great. So it's a melee area attack, it's doing 8 hits, you're invulnerable while it's active, and when the power ends you have a Terrify for 3 seconds, and overall it has a 30-second cooldown. And what we'll actually do in fact is we'll look at the ultimate and include it as part of this section of the overview as well. So the ultimate is Welcome to the Danger Room, and it's physical damage, duration 9 seconds, unaffected by power duration, and you're invulnerable while you're actually channeling it, and this looks really nice. It's a nice good fun one. But let's look through all these skills here. So starting off we'll have Bestial Swipe, so let's see. It's quite nice, all the different kind of kicks and punches he does there. We then have Agile Tumble, and it's different animations here. There we go, so we had the roll, the somersault, and then also the leap. And next up is Feral Flare. It's pretty nice. I'm sure I'll be going to the level that has the dance floor and doing that for a bit of fun. But next up anyway, it's Bestial Beatdown here. There we go, just your standard barrage attack, but I do like those skills anyway when the enemy doesn't walk out the way of them, that is. But the next skill we look at is Savage Somersault. Pretty nice looking, bit basic but still quite nice. And then we have Frenzied Lunge, which has all the charges and also the Bestial Frenzy. So I'll zoom in after I use all the charges so you can see it. There you go, that really does look nice there, and you see it grows in size as well. So next up anyway, we have Flying Ferocity, so let's show this one off. There you go, you've seen that in many other characters, I suppose. Even Spider-Man and Gamora has it as well, and Top of the Heroes I mentioned a moment ago. But we now have the signature Unleash the Beast. This looks great. That big roar at the end, that's fantastic. What I'll actually do with Frenzied Lunge, I'll show it off one more time because I messed up a little bit and the screen was in the way. So we'll zoom in and then we'll jump about with it. And there you go, so you can really see that. That's going to make for some pretty nice screenshots, I imagine. But that's great. Let's now go for the ultimate just to finish this section of the video. There you go, it's really good fun and something I don't think probably anyone was expecting. I'm not a massive kind of beast nerd. I don't mean the word nerd in a bad way, but I'm not really, I don't know a massive amount for them, so is that lore appropriate? I don't know, but it certainly seems really quite fun and different from many other alts as well. But let's now look at the next and possibly the most important section, the talents and traits. Okay, for this section we'll look at the offensive and defensive traits first. So the offensive trait is Brains and Muscle. This is critical hit chance 3%. The archetype is Strategist and it's a damage bonus for the attributes for fighting and intelligence there. For the defensive trait we have Moving Target, so it's got health on hit. Archetype is Versatile and that offers a bonus multiplier to both defense and dodge. And then we have his resource, which is Momentum, so you generate momentum by moving and using certain powers, and you spend momentum to augment powers, gaining additional damage and other effects. But let's now look at these talents. The first one we have is Problem Solver, so when you use a brains power, all your other brain powers, the cooldown reduction comes down by 1 second. And then we have Blood of Blue, so Agile Tumble gains 2 charges, so it takes it up to 5 in total, which is really not bad at all. And then we have Friends in High Places. This is nice, this whole tree working all the way down is all about calling in X-Men. I do like this. It's Grappling Hook Slam transforms into Friends in High Places. There we go, we can see that there. So that's calling in Archangel to pick you up and drop you off there. I'll show these all at the end. We'll do the talents first, then I'll show the skills, similar to what we've done with the other trees there. But the next talent line, we start off with Bestial Fury. So using Friends in High Places or Grappling Hook Slam resets Bestial Beatdown's cooldown. And then we have Flying Kick. So Bestial Beatdown Brutal Strike chance is 100%. And then we have Blue Beatdown. So with this, Flying Ferocity transforms into Blue Beatdown. So that would be this one here. So you're then calling in Nightcrawler. Talent line number 3 we have Electro Stimulus. So Electro Catalyst bonus effects. Momentum generated 50% in max momentum. Cooldown 15 seconds. And Brawn power damage goes up by 15% even for 10 seconds. And then we've got of Brains and Brawn. So using Bestial Beatdown above 50% momentum now reduces the cooldown of Brains powers by the same amount as Brawn powers. And then we finish up this tree with Psychic Assist. So Barrier Gadget transforms into Psychic Assist. We can see that there, we're calling in Gene animation on this, doesn't appear complete yet, just to warn you in advance. But talent line 4 we have Intervention System. So with this, Barrier Gadget automatically activates when you fall below 25% health. and then we follow it up with Inspiring Intellect. So when you use a brain power, you and your allies become inspired for 10 seconds when you hit with a power, a 4-second cooldown there, and you will generate momentum, and momentum cost says 10%, but it would come down by 10% there. And final talent in this tree is Leave None Behind. So when you use a brain power, you and your allies become guarded for 10 seconds when you hit with a power. That's regenerating health and giving bonus health pool as well. So talent line 5, we have Relentless, which is Unleash the Beast bonus effect. You gain 10% in max momentum a second for 10 seconds. And then we have Raging Beast. So Unleash the Beast gains a modified cooldown of plus 5 seconds. You gain 30% dodge chance, and Brawn Power cooldown reduction is 15 seconds, and Brain Power cooldown reduction is 15 seconds. The duration overall is 15 seconds as well there. And then the final talent we look at, this is a nice one to finish up with, although I know Jubilee's a bit of a love-hate character for some people, but it's Light Show, and Unleash the Beast calls forth your friend Jubilee, who then uses Light Show. So what we'll do, just before we show off all these different skills that are modified via talents, I'll show the dash off. I run on the dash to travel power, that's nice. I do like that there. But let's show off these different X-Men talents now. That's the first one there, with Archangel, Friends in High Places. And then we follow up with Blue Beatdown. Very nice. And Psychic Assist. As mentioned, I'm pretty sure the animation isn't finished on that yet. And then we have Unleash the Beast. So this is our signature when Jubilee comes in. I do like this. There we go. Certainly looks a bit over the top. What we'll do, in the time it's took me to record this section from the first, we've actually got our ultimate back up again. So we'll show it off once more just to finish off the video. But I hope this particular video was useful. Now, as mentioned, I don't know a massive amount about Beast myself. I think really the Beast character has been reserved for Dark Beast in the forums. He's waited a long time, and I do genuinely cross my fingers that he's living up to what he was looking for. But hope this video was useful anyway, and let's finish up with this ultimate anyway. There we go, fantastic. I'll see you all again soon.